The Nintendo Switch is an amazing little system. I literally love everything about it, whether it's the detachable controllers, the fact that you can use it portably or put it on the dock so everybody can see it on the big screen. From a design aspect, it's the perfect little system. But what's a console without games? Thankfully, we've seen a lot of games on the Nintendo Switch during its first 2 years. Some good, some bad, some meh, and some even that are truly amazing. And it's those amazing games that I want to talk about today for this video. Whether you're a new Nintendo Switch owner looking for games to add to their library, or a long-time Switch fan who's looking for the best of the best to add to their collection, today I'll be counting down my 10 favorite Nintendo Switch games so far. Stay tuned. Howdy guys, I'm Aiden of Blue Couch Productions, and welcome to the third ever episode of Back to the Video Games, the show where I take you back to the games that matter. The Nintendo Switch might be my favorite system of all time. Console-wise, it's perfect. Games-wise, it's perfect. I love everything about it. But you guys don't care about that. You want to know what are my 10 favorite games on the system overall? Well, I want to tell you about that list, but first, a couple of disclaimers. Disclaimer number one, this list is my own personal opinion. If you disagree with me, that's okay. I'm just picking based on my own preferences. Disclaimer number two, these are my 10 favorite Switch games so far. At the time of this video, I'm recording it on January 20th, 2019, so if something changes in the later years and bigger and better games come out in 2020, 2021, or beyond, then yeah, you might want to find a different list. But I wanted to look during the first 2 years of the Switch and find out which games are the best of the best. So, hey, without any further ado, let's begin. Coming in at number 10 is Snipperclips Plus, Cut It Out Together. This game was originally released on the eShop back when the Switch launched as this quirky little digital game in which you and a friend who are two shapes use your weird body proportions to solve all sorts of different puzzles. You can cut each other into weird shapes or use your body to like lead a firefly to its home, get a gerbil from one side of the screen to another, or make you match a particular shape in some sort of outline. It's a weird game, I get it, but it's a lot of fun. I love the ingenuity behind this, the creative levels, the amount of content that you get, and the fact that Snipperclips Plus is now a thing. A physical game, by the way, meaning you no longer have to have it digitally. I can't say enough good things about it. Obviously, the best way to play this game is co-op, but playing it by yourself is fun too. If you have a girlfriend, if you have somebody who isn't into video games, a brother, someone who owns a Switch and are looking for the next co-op adventure, I totally recommend Snipperclips Plus. Number 9 was originally a Wii U exclusive that then went to other systems and then came back to Nintendo. It's Rayman Legends Definitive Edition. Rayman Legends is just one of the most beautiful 2D platformers I've ever played, and even all these years later, that statement is still true, which should go to tell you something about the quality of this game. The art style, it's beautiful. The UbiArt engine really brings this game and pops it out to life, making you remember all of its unique backgrounds and locations. The soundtrack, it's also really cool. It's orchestral, and there are even some music-based levels in which you have to platform to the rhythm. Really unique. I've never seen a platformer do that before. And because it's the definitive edition, you get a lot of extra content here. Whether it's going back to Rayman Origins levels, playing the Kung Fu mode, which is basically soccer, a lottery, all sorts of fun stuff. You get a lot of content in this game that will last you a long time. And hey, if you're one of those weird people that enjoyed the touchscreen functionality of the Wii U and the PS Vita version, it's back here too. And it's not even a $60 game anymore. It's been out for a long time. I got mine at Walmart for like 20 bucks. So if you see this game for super cheap, it's a no-brainer to pick up. The challenge is just perfect. Rayman games in general are a lot of fun, and I hope that Ubisoft eventually goes back to making another Rayman game sometime soon. Welcome to Ask Ethan, the show where Aiden asks Ethan questions, I guess. Look, I'm not coming up with a funny bit today, alright? So what were your best Switch games of 2018? Donkey Kong, Mm-hmm.
You remember that one?
I remember that one.
He run with the rings. He blew.
Yeah. You gotta go fast.
Smite. I played the fuck out of Smite. It's not on Switch yet, but it will be. I heard Celeste was pretty good. I've been wanting to play Hollow Knight. I know it's not a particularly Switch game, but I've been waiting to play it. Mario Odyssey was pretty good. Sonic Mania wasn't particularly a Switch game, but pretty good.
What do you think about this game?
This pupper? This is a great game. You know. You pet? She look around. She like, what the fuck is this shit? But she love us, I swear.
This is Dixie, everybody.
This is our dog. If you've ever seen Allie, this is Dixie. Allie 0.5 because she's small as crap. It's safe to say that nostalgia sells. In an age of high-def AAA gaming, sometimes we want to go back to the older games that really intrigued us from our childhood, or some retro games that we simply hadn't had a chance to play. We get a lot of them that come out. Most recently, I can think of the Castlevania Symphony of the Night collection, and at number 8, we have another one of those collections that I think did a fantastic job. It's the Mega Man X Legacy Collection 1 and 2. You get all 8 Mega Man X games, X1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And unlike the original X Legacy Collection that only included X1 through 6, you get all 8 games here, plus a lot of bonus content. Art, music, figures, promotional stuff, even commercials, which is kind of fun. And there's even like a new mode added called the X Challenge, in which you face 2 bosses from 2 different games at the same time. It's hectic, it's wild, it's not exactly well polished, but it's a lot of fun. The main reason that you would get the X Legacy Collection is that you can have all the Mega Man X games on the go. And that's just a cool thing that I like in general. If I had to pick my favorite X games, I would have to give it to X1, X4, and X2 for my top 3. The other games are okay, some better than others. There are even a few bad games on here, which means there are a couple of stinkers, but you get a lot of variety, and you really get to see how the Mega Man franchise transitions from this nice 2D aesthetic to sort of 3D and then back to 2.5D. I really hope the sales of this game leads to an eventual Mega Man X9. This franchise has been long dormant for way longer than even Rayman, and I would really hope that Capcom got their shit together and released another Mega Man X game. But for the time being, the Legacy Collection 1 and 2, some of the best ways to play Mega Man X in 2019. Number 7 is a game I know literally nothing about. It's Splatoon 2. Now, when the original game came out, I wasn't exactly excited. It wasn't until reviews came around that I realized, oh, it's more about like covering territory than killing people, and you do it through ink. Like, that's kind of cool. And then you hear about like the squid implementation and sort of the single player content, and I got more and more intrigued. So by the time Splatoon 2 came around, my brother Ethan picked it up, and he has had a lot of fun with it. So for the rest of the segment, I'm just gonna let him talk about the game. So Ethan, over to you. I played this game for 20 minutes, but it got a great Dance Dance Revolution.
Juice, sauce, little bit of dressing, ice, wrist, little bit of flexing.
Number 6 might be the most divisive entry on this list, and I'm totally cool with all the hate that I get for it. It's Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. I can hear the outcries now. Aiden, these games ruined Pokemon! There's motion controls, Pokemon Go mechanics, and Kanto for the 5th time! How could this game be anything but bad? And look, it's not a perfect game. Yes, I don't like the Go features. Yes, I don't like the motion controls. And yes, Kanto is a tad bit overdone, but you know what? For what the game is, it's actually surprisingly fun. And I think what I like most about Let's Go is the fact that it's this casual spin-off game. I don't have to take it so seriously. I don't have to worry about these hard-ass battles or collecting 800 Pokemon or dealing with abundance of shiny hunting. Although if you want to do that, you actually can in this game, so props to them. No, the thing I love about Let's Go is the fact that I can take it at this casual pace and really stop and smell the roses, explore Kanto in this beautiful HD remake with this art style, interesting cutscenes, and a remix soundtrack that just makes my ears all light up in joy. Yes, it's not this hardcore Pokemon game, but you know what? We're going to be getting one in 2019, and when that game comes out, it'll probably be on this list as well. But hey, Pokemon Let's Go set a good foundation for the Switch and for Pokemon as a whole, and for that, I can only thank it. Favorite Switch game on the whole library?
The whole library?
So far.
Mega Man 11 was pretty good. I haven't played it, though.
That's like your number one, though?
I don't know, my number one. Smash.
Smash, okay.
Duh.
Like, better than Mario, better than Zelda, everything.
Better than Mario Odyssey. More content than Breath of the Wild.
More
Don't get
dancing.
me wrong, they're all fun to play. After you get through the grindy parts, you know, it's fun to traverse an Odyssey and it's fun to collect in Breath of the Wild. But Smash is kind of, I feel like it's a good combination of both fucking skill and content to like come across.
Mm-hmm.
That's always been a me thing.
Number 5 is the only digital game on this list, which, if you know me, that should say something. I don't typically own digital games. I want the physical versions of them, and this game was so good that I had to get it digitally. It's Sonic Mania, and I'm representing it in the B-roll with this copy of Sonic Heroes. Yes, I know it's not the same game. Yes, I know Sonic Mania is way better than Sonic Heroes, but for the purposes of visuals and B-roll, let's just pretend like this is, okay? Okay. Let's talk about Sonic Mania. Easily the best 2D Sonic game of all time. Better than Sonic 1, better than Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic CD, I don't care. Whatever Sonic you playing, Mania better be the one you be owning. We're talking about level design, really, really cool. Sure, most of the game features these nostalgic older levels that you've played from Sonic 1, 2, and 3, but they actually remix them and make them feel unique. Stages that I hated in Sonic 3, like Hydro City Zone, make an appearance in Mania and are actually a better stage that I enjoy this time around. Like, how do they do that? With good level design, taking out these tired, old, bad mechanics and replacing them with new, interesting, and fresh ones. What about zones that you already like then? Like Chemical Plant is in this game. I liked it a lot in Sonic 2. I like it even more in Mania due to the fact that there's now these like DNA helix spinny things, and you can even play like a round of Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine in this. Like, whoa, wasn't expecting that reference. The fan service is through the roof, and that's because Sonic Mania is made passionately by fans. And you can really feel that passion in the way the game looks, the way the game sounds. It's like if after Sonic 3, Sega was like, hey, let's make a Sonic game for the Saturn. This is what that would be. And you know what the best part about all this is? It finally has a physical version now called Sonic Mania Plus. They added Mighty the Armadillo, Ray the Flying Squirrel, some new content here and there. I don't even own the physical version. I don't even know about all this other content. The base game on its own, though, is fantastic. Do whatever you can to get this Sonic game. It is incredible. Hopefully, Christian Whitehead and his team are allowed to make more Sonic projects, or at the very least, port Sonic 3 to consoles. Please, for the love of God, let them do it. Let them do it, Sega! It was at the number 4 spot that things started to get a little bit tricky on this list. Honestly, I do think that these are the 4 best Switch games, but whichever order you put them in is really minute, and if you have a different order for these games, I'm totally cool with it. You probably already know which 4 they are, but let's just go ahead and reveal what they are exactly. Number 4 on this list goes to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Did you like Mario Kart 8? Well, good news. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is more of the same. In a good way. In a fantastic way, even. Mario Kart 8 had a bad battle mode. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe fixed it. Mario Kart 8 had a lot of DLC. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe adds all of it. You couldn't play Mario Kart 8 on the go. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe lets you do that with the Switch. Oh, and it happens to look a little bit better this time around. That's freaking dope. It's basically Mario Kart 8 on steroids. In fact, there's even like a dual item system now in which you can throw 2 items now instead of 1. That's freaking cool. I like all of this that they've added. Believe it or not, Mario Kart 8 continues to sell. In fact, from what I've heard, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has already outsold not only the original Wii U version, which was the best-selling Wii U game of all time, but the other crazy fun fact about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is that it's selling better this year than it did last year. Like in 2018, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sold more than it did the year before. Like, how crazy is that? This game's like 4 years old and people are still picking it up. It's because of that quality factor. It's because it has some of the best go-kart mechanics of all time. Is it the best Mario Kart game? No, that honor would go to Mario Kart Wii, thank you very much. I'm serious, it's the best Mario Kart game of all time. But Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is a close second. Go ahead and pick it up whenever you can. They probably won't ever do a price drop on it. This game still continues to sell, and it's well deserved. It's a fantastic game. Okay, but here's a question: like, would you smash the Inkling? Because there's two ways I see of viewing this. You either go from the squid perspective,
She's a squid,
which is wrong, or the kid
She's a
perspective,
kid.
which is wrong.
I'd much rather fucking squid than a kid.
Right.
You don't traumatize the squid.
That's true.
The squid can't squeal and quarter on you.
Juice, sauce, little bit of dressing.
You heard it here, folks.
That face Dixie's making, that's me. That's me, right?
The fuck?
That's the demonetization symbol.
Exactly.
Top 3, baby. The coveted top 3 spot. What better game to start with than number 3, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. When I first played this game, when I first got my hands on it and played it in portable mode and then eventually on the TV, I was utterly captivated. And not by the stuff that usually captivates me in video games. The story was kind of boring. The weapon system was a little frustrating. The enemy variety was bare bones. And the dungeons, they weren't anything like a Zelda dungeon at all. But all of those supposed weaknesses ended up being strengths in my opinion. Because there's no focus on story, there's a huge focus on exploration. Because the weapon system is so difficult, combat actually felt fun and unique and interesting. And because the dungeons were a little bit weird, that means they weren't like the Zelda dungeons that I groaned and hated at in previous games. Dungeons that would go on and on and on and on. Not in Breath of the Wild. And probably my favorite part of Breath of the Wild, it actually calls back to what made Zelda 1 so much fun. You know, that game that came out in 1986, Breath of the Wild, all these years later, takes what makes Zelda 1 fun and modernizes it and updates it, and everybody and their mother loves it, including myself. It's my favorite Zelda game of all time. There are some aspects that legitimately do disappoint me, like the soundtrack or, you know, some voice acting is pretty fucking bad. But aside from those like small nitpicks, Breath of the Wild is just absolutely fun. If you're the type of Zelda player looking for a new experience, something out of the norm, something not like Zelda, give Breath of the Wild a shot. I promise you, you'll love it. Number 2 on the list goes to Super Mario Odyssey. This was my 2017 Game of the Year, and it only managed to get number 2. That being said though, this game still holds up a year later. Everything that I said about it in my original Top 10 Games of 2017 video, it's still true. The movement, still fantastic. Cappy, still a unique feature. Being a little buddy character actually was sort of a cool route to take this time around. And unlike Flood, Cappy legitimately changes how you play by capturing enemies and using their abilities to traverse fun little areas. What about collecting all 999 moons? Was that fun? Yep, really fun. I watched my brother Ethan do it, and sort of the later challenges of those optional moons were actually a lot of fun, and I wasn't expecting them to be so well thought out of. Do the kingdoms still hold up? Pretty well, actually. There are a few that I don't like as much as I did originally. I'm not a fan of the Desert Kingdom anymore, and I do think Luncheon Kingdom kind of falls behind a little bit, but Wooded Kingdom's still fantastic. Cascade Kingdom still has my best theme as far as the whole game's concerned, and hey, there's still a Dark Souls Kingdom, and Bowser's Castle is like Japanese and Weeb inspired now. I can't be too angry with this game. I literally can't. You want me to complain about motion controls, I guess? Sure. They're okay. That's it. They're not even bad. They did motion controls right in Mario Odyssey. I'm legitimately impressed. I've even replayed it several times. I did a race with Zach and Jay. And you know what? When you play Mario Odyssey in a speedrun type setting, it's also a lot of fun. It's like this game caters to everyone, every type of Mario player, and does so in a way that's engaging and interesting. So yeah, Mario Odyssey still holds up even a year later and lands in a solid number 2 spot on this list. Number 1, we've finally reached it, the elusive number. What is my number 1 favorite Nintendo Switch game as of now? Well, it should be pretty obvious. It's Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I know, I've already talked about this game to death. I literally just did a video on it, so I'm not going to try to repeat myself. So if you want my extended thoughts, hey, go watch that video after this one's over. But to give you a little brief synopsis here, basically the Ultimate in Smash Ultimate is a true statement. Like, absolutely. 876 songs, 103 stages, 70 fighters, with more DLC ones on the way. The fastest the gameplay has ever been, a story mode that's pretty good, classic mode's been improved, the vault's the best it's ever been. Smash Ultimate is pretty damn good, and on top of the fact of it being portable, it only adds that little bit to push it over the top for me. It's the best Smash game ever released. I've talked about it in depth. Go watch that video. It's no wonder that it ended up being my number 1 favorite Switch game so far. Great.
Yeah.
Can I leave now?
No, Ethan.
Please!
No one can leave.
Dixie, can I leave now?
Once you've entered the danger zone, there's no escape. See, now I can put the dog in the thumbnail.
Aiden has a new dog?
I think I've talked about her, but I haven't shown her on camera before.
Wow, rude. Wow.
Because like Allie, she doesn't particularly
She's
care.
small. You know.
She's small?
She cute. Hi. She don't like heights. She didn't like sitting up here. So, that's my list. It was a lot of fun putting together this video and deciding which 10 games to make it in and how to order them. Believe me, there were a lot that ended up having to be cut, but it's part of what makes these videos so fun and so intriguing. And hey, we're only 2 years into the Switch and we already have this many amazing games. I'm super excited to see what Nintendo will do in the coming years in 2019 and beyond. But that's it for me, everybody. I want to hear from you now. Question of the day, what are your 10 favorite Nintendo Switch games so far? I want to hear from you. I want to see your list. I want to see which games I should have included. I want you to tell me why I'm wrong. The comments are always the best part of these videos, and I can't thank you enough for even bothering to watch and leave them. You guys are seriously the best. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way you can stay up to date on all things back to the video games. I release 1 episode of these every Friday, except for last Friday. I'm sorry about that. I'll do better on that front. But yeah, I'm looking forward to next week, which video I got going on there. And with all that being said, I've been Aiden of Blue Couch Productions, and I'm signing off. Bye.